Hello YouTube friends, welcome to the Red Parrot channel. I am your host Mary Ellen. This is an episode of Slow Stitching, So Saturday on a Saturday. Let us get started and right after it. It is a dull, dull, dull day. It is warm and everything has melted because it was 15 degrees yesterday at one point, and recall a couple of weeks back it was minus 20, so that is a swing of 35 Celsius degrees. So what do we have to do today? So top of K3N is hosting a stitch along on her channel, link in the description. With luck I remember it. She's going through the alphabet, so the first time the letter is introduced, K3N is going to suggest the letter. So started last week, or earlier this week, the A, starting with A is for applique or applique. And then she allows everybody in the comments to suggest what their A response would be. So there's been a bunch of people who have suggested Armenian, some kind of star. And I love the comments because going through them, I am learning a bunch of new things. So let's get up close and personal for what I have done. So this is my applique, and I have used, so this is tea-dyed fabric. This is Blue Jays textile. This is textile that I used for a bowl cozy. This and this are from a button blanket that I am making. The back here is Blue Jay material that I've made into a kilt. And this is leftover denim that I am making into a Blue Jays jacket. A lot of Blue Jays. I thought of maybe doing something over top of this, like another piece, but I didn't want to cover the dye. Love the size. It is 4x6 postcard size. Can hardly wait until we get the next letter. I feel like I have a chance of being able to keep up for a while, which is super exciting. So let us put that out of the way. Next up, so slow stitching. Somebody, might have been Sue, might have been Christine, might have been somebody that name I can't remember off the top, asked whether or not I was going to keep a list of my projects. Superb question, so I think I need to be able to do that. The other thing that I was doing was thinking about how to organize. So we had talked about, I have a bunch of stuff that is work in progress. Let's write this down so I don't forget. So we have work in progress. So that's stuff that I am underway to finish. And I either need to do one of two things, finish or quit. And it is totally okay to quit something that you have lost the vibes for, you don't want to do anymore. You can even put it in long storage, but it is okay not to have it follow you around like a lost dog. Then we have, let's call it commitments. Which are going to be things like gifts. They're somehow connected to something more than just the making. So there's a connection to others, TION, to my fingers angry at me. Connection to others, their projects. There is a Burn to Learn. Which is a long list of, it's a long list. And we need to figure out how to go from here to here. It may vary. Commitments are there, and they're also there. So a commitment example would be, I would very much like to do topography. I want to do something with baseball. English paper piecing ornament. The Barbie dress. Don't ask. Okay, so I think that is kind of how we need to arrange it. And the big piece is how to prioritize. So these things are about how to prioritize. How to prioritize. And also how to finish. So those two things are, I think, different. So priorities is about being able to say, okay, this is one of my top 3 things that I need to finish. So that's prioritization. And then once I've got the top 3, how am I going to finish it? So is that going to be 10 minutes a day, twice a week, once a month for an hour, whatever. And then Burn to Learn, this is about the selection process. And this should be the longest list, because this is the one where I see everything and I go, oh, I want to do that. Oh, I want to do that. Oh, let's do that. Oh, let's do some of that. Oh, I want to do that. That's a me thing. And then there are events. And so I have two events, Royal Winter Fair, and there is also, I think, something called Knit City. I'm not clear on that yet. I think it's I need to take a very big adventure to Toronto. Or as we say in Ontario, Toronto. Okay, and so that's one thing. And next thing is a project log. Completion. Because I want to know at the end of the year what I've done. Having said that, this, for however long I am able to keep it up for, I want to, okay. I don't know if your brain works like this, but my brain surely does. It's like, I can't have these little bits kicking around inside the book. There. So for as long as I keep it up, I want to keep track. A while ago, K3N did a like a weekly make thing, and I got some way along, and then I stopped, which was perfectly okay. No harm, no foul. The thing is, I don't know if I kept a log of which thing happened when. So this is K3N alphabet alphabetalong. Wow. First A is applique. Okay, that's A1, and curly wait, it's gonna be an A2. I don't know what I'm gonna make with these yet. A lot of options. Maybe I'll just do them. They're a postcard size, and that's really amazing to me. Like a postcard size is perfect. Janet Nash does so much great work with things that are the size of a postcard, and she spends a lot of time mailing postcards once she gets them, which is superb. Oh, I just want to point out, I kept the bottom of that blanket, the fringy bit. Isn't that lovely? Yeah. Okay, so anyways, that's where we're at there. We can fold it. We can fold it. Yep, you can fold it. You can fold it. My goodness, just fold it. Good job. Good job. There. Oh, I have a box. So one of the things K3N does a lot is she creates a little or large. She makes rice bags as her method of doing a project bag, and oh, I love her rice bags so much. They're beautiful, and the idea of having a special spot for kind of project is really, really great. Love it. A point being, I was at the thrift store the other day and I saw a cigar box. And I got said cigar box because cigar box was slightly bigger than this. And so I might put this needle, this thread, needle holder, and then that's my little box, which is going to be like a, I don't know, there's something about the containerization of work in progress. And like sort of a Marie Kondo, taking the very valuable thing off the shelf and then going to work on it. And it's just very, very fun. I don't need that. What do I need? I think I need this. I think I just, woo-wee. We just stopped last time. Oh, okay. I hope I was okay. There's some more. That isn't been waxed. That has been. Okay. Maybe I threaded it just to have something done. I don't know. No, this is actually embroidery thread. Okay, so we need one of those out. Okay. Got it. And where were we? Oh yeah, we were zipping along here, weren't we? We were, so we're doing the border of this all the way around so that we can then do, where'd I put it? Here. This edging. I need some kind of a clean background. That is not a clean background. Clean background. I hope you can see. Let's stand up so I can see what you can see. You can see there's 3 colors there. I hope. There's red, green, and yellow. And that is kind of a whipped stitch across the base of a blanket stitch. And this idea comes from Sally Pointer, who is an experimental archaeologist in the area of textiles. And she was making a Bronze Age hat of a particular design, and that hat had this kind of edging. And the second I saw it, I was absolutely burn to learn. That's what happened right there. It was a burn to learn. And I said, ooh, I've got the project for it too. Okay, so 15 minutes in, we're ready to stitch. Oh, the other comment that I have about this project, I might use nothing but pink thread, and we will discuss once I get some of this set up for continuation. That's the next little bit that turn over. Just makes it neat. I don't know why I care. It would look just as well unneat. There. Okay, and this kind of zips along once you get going. Oh yes, and so the other thing that we learned last time is that when you do the blanket stitch, to pull the thread parallel to the direction that you want this line. I had been pulling it that way, and I kept on getting my stitches to go in the line of the thread. And so I realized that that was, there's your problem. Do it this way. I'll probably change at some point as my brain goes, nah, I don't like it that way. I want to do something different. So pink, color pink. I cannot remember who I was talking to. That is not a surprise. I was talking about the color pink. One of my best friends cannot abide the color pink, but that's a deeply personal story about a woman in sports. At the time, she was a woman in sports, and she was, I guess, are you a permanent or elite athlete once you become one, and then even though you no longer are one, I suppose? At one time, she was an elite athlete. And this was in the, you live through the 80s and the 70s. I guess the 80s would be the time where, ooh, okay, I'm going a little off here. What's happening? I can't talk and do this at the same time sometimes. Okay, there we are. Where was I? Yeah, so women in sports. Women, all women's equipment would be pinkified. And it drove her and her teammates bananas, because it's like, why can't we just have the equipment that's like the equipment? Like, you don't have to make it pink. Just like, trust me, pink is not going to be the defining reason why women play sport. Anyways, so she has a pathological aversion to the color pink. I do not have such a history with the color pink. Anyways, my point being, and I think this is an interesting color, because pink, you don't really see, air quotes, see it in the color wheel, because it's red with a white. And pink, I think, might go with every color in the color wheel. So pink goes with red. Pink goes with green, because pink is going to be an analog to red. So however red relates to the color wheel, pink is going to do the same thing. Different maybe than peach. Like peach is, no, that's a different. I'm going to stop talking about peach. Pink goes with everything. And it seems like it's like a weird universal color in a way that not all other colors on the color wheel are. What's happening here? Or it doesn't have the same ease with color matching, maybe. For example, you plunk orange and yeah, we're back to peach. Orange. Orange goes, air quotes, with every color, but it has a different feel to it than pink. Like pink just has a sensibility to it, I think, as a color. In any event, long story short, I have a lot of pink thread. I'm going to see if that is going to help with the consistency of however long I get this. Oh dear. See, I was pulling the thread that way, and so the stitch went that way. I don't want it to do that. I want it to come this way. Oh dear. There, that's better. Different hand entirely today than what I was doing last time. That's okay. I also decided to do this at this particular time because I was on the internet and not spending my time in activities that gave me pleasure. So it's like, all right, let's go do something that's going to be useful. So here we are. Yeah, not the greatest, but it's okay. It's okay. Ooh. So barely small. There, that's okay. Okay. Have a look at the old worky work. I need some more gray thread. I think we were doing 2-ply of this. Oops. Whee! Whee! I saw a thing on Instagram the other day. So a lot of us keep ORT jars, little scrap jars where the little thread ends go. There's somebody on the internet who takes a blank, like a clear Christmas ball every year, and that's what she puts, she fills it with orts. The orts created from that year, which I think is a fabulous idea. What a way to, oh, that looks, danger, danger, Roger Rabbit. Yeah, I think we're okay. Oh, such a nice smell. Sure. Oof. Come here, and get all that set up. And we're off. Oh, I was gonna say sitting on it, not sitting on it, leaning on it. So I've got a couple more projects that are underway, still underway, never not underway. Got to finish that borrow coat. It's just sitting there. There's nothing complicated. that is keeping me from finishing it, except something. If I knew what that something was, I might be able to make a plan to overcome it. I don't know if it's lost its, I was going to say attractiveness, but you know what I mean? Like some projects, it's like, oh, I can hardly wait to get this done. This is going to be so amazing. It's like, oh, I don't really care anymore. It's been 3 years. But I can't stop it now. It's like one of those works in progress that I am so close to the finish line that just should be in the category of just finish it. Just a minute a day. It'll be a minute more than you've spent on it in the last 6 months. Okay, let's try doing it this way then. Oh, stars. I have way too much thread. Here. So the process part of my brain has the thought, well, if you have a thread that is too long, you spend a lot of additional time wrangling that long thread. And does that additional wrangle time save the bother of the regular changing of the thread? Because that's essentially the opposing that's what you're saving, air quote saving, when you get a long thread. There is the time to do it, but there's also the bother. Because I think there is a process beginning and ending to threading something that it's just fun just to keep sewing and not have to stop every 2 seconds and, oh my gosh, I got to do another thread. Would be great to have studio staff. And I think if you were possibly even still, but certainly in the very old days, apprentices, one of their jobs was to keep the needles threaded so that and that's appropriate. Threading a needle is a less complicated task than the task that the expert has of doing whatever the fine work is. Okay, this is a little bit of a tricky bit. Exactly what I didn't want to have happen, but I think we're okay. I think we're okay. And I know I picked gray to blend. It's doing a very good job of blending. Yes, did I get it? Yay! Got it. Okay. Just need the one. So Knit City, apparently, I've never been, is a traveling kind of, I guess, yarn show. It has, so it's a branded road show, I guess, is a way to describe it. So it gets held in various cities across Canada, North America, at least Canada. So I have been told. Or do I do it that way? Let's fold it over that way. And I have a couple of fiber pals who wanted very badly to go, and having never been, conscripted me to go, and I'm not opposed, of course. I am not going to take any of the classes because the classes are very specific, and I don't have that level of specific interest in the realm of knitting. One of the women in particular is a just really good knitter, like really good, like sweaters and socks and gloves, and I can knit a sock, I can knit a mitt. I have knit sweaters, but I don't have one on the needles on the regular, which she does. She does color work and all the things. Anyways, point being, she's going to take a couple of classes. I am not. But there's a show, and there's a place to buy yarn, and possibly fleece. And I'm on board for a little shopping. A little looky-looing to see what's out there. Oh, I didn't loop. Did I loop it? Yes, I did. Oops, come on. I don't know if it was in slow stitching I was talking about that might have been because it had to do with pomegranates, that I was doing a pomegranate marinade for some pork chops, and it's like, meh. It was okay. It wasn't great. Quite frankly, I just prefer like a, what is it that I do normally? Mustard, garlic, lemon juice, Italian dressing, Italian spices. Squish it around. Very generous with the garlic, and that is just so good. I think it's raining out. Yeah, it is. Is it raining or is it icing? There's this weird transition that happens when it goes from rain to snow in mid-precipitation. It makes it, the noise changes. Sometimes you get ice pellets or snow pellets. Oh, the wind yesterday, because of the heat, the relative, it being 15 degrees out. Hoy! It was, I got some blowdown in the back 40. Wow. I went over to my neighbors this morning and they had some blowdown. I was over early in the morning and I was paying attention to what I was doing. And they had it I was just walking in an area where some of the stuff had fallen down. I couldn't see it and nearly went end over tea kettle. Okay, let's stop this while I still have some space to do so. Meepy-doo. Here. That's another squeaker. I have got to go and get some birdseed tomorrow. I was going to do it today. And what happened today? Oh, yeah, I was way too early. I was up. Like, I was up and doing before some animals. That's how early it was. Anyways, I was grocery shopping, and the birdseed place opens at 10, and I was out at like 8. And it's like, I am not going to hang out outside of my home or outside of their home. Not the home, but I'm not going to stay busy in the community for that long length of time. And I didn't want to do any more shopping of anything. So I was like, you know what, go home, do it later this afternoon. And well, this is now later this afternoon, and I've lost all the general desire to go out because now it's precipitating. And then I had a nap, which was awesome. Gracie was on board for that. That's one of the most beautiful things about having animals, is when you have a nap, they show up. And cats in particular are Olympic level nappers, and Gracie is no exception. And she's like, oh, are we napping? Ooh. It was a bit of a thing to get settled because I needed to get settled and she needed to get settled. And my mom used to say this whenever animals would fight for the same spot. And she would always say, that's what makes real estate expensive. And Gracie and I were fighting for real estate. And blanket real estate as well. She seems to understand that the faster that she gets settled, the faster that she can... Do I want to do it that side? Yes, sure. We're just going to be all sparky. Wow, we're nearly at the end. Look at us go. Look at the difference. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's a little bit easier to see. And now I'm like, woohoo! Even from, yeah. Wow, the hand changes. That's okay. Oops. Oops. So anyways, we finally got settled. And then a wrong number on my telephone woke me up. How incredibly vexing. Okay. My brain is gone, okay, well, let's make them smaller and tighter. And that's kind of what we've just tried to do. That looks weird. That's my style. My style is just a bit weird. So I don't have any pork chops because there weren't any for sale today. So I bought an avocado, and I'm going to have some egg and avocado for dinner. I'm going to protein up. Oops. There's a little corner of the material there, and I want to have the stitch catch it. It kind of doesn't want to be caught. How about now? Good job. Does that work? That's a mess. What happened? Oh, I got all the wires crossed. There. Okay, so that. Hoof. That needs to be a little bit tighter that way. Okay. And this needs to be a little bit tighter this way. There we are. Pardon my fat head if it's in the way. Might be why this is called a slow stitch. Oh, and I've already got that sewn. Look at that. Okay, now we're back. Get some of this out of the way because I keep catching it on things. Oh, there's birds out there. I mean, I needed to give you a little bit more information. So I dumped a pile of grass seed just to get rid of it at the end of the fall. And the bird feeder is now completely empty. And they blew through it in a day. I'm here to tell you, it's not like it's been a week. Anyways, a whole pile of birds now are picking at all the grass seed. All right. Oh, well. As they say, fair play to you. I've got the threads out for the selection process of what this border is going to be. I do not have the selection process completed or really even started, except to say, I know what colors I don't want to use. Yellow is one of them. Orange might be another. I think the plan I had said before is I want tones of light, medium, and dark. So when you look at the border, you can distinguish that there's 3 different threads. That's about all I want to accomplish from that. Okay. I kind of want to fold it down that way. Yeah. Wow, we're nearly at the end. It is so much easier to just do a running stitch. You're faster. Just saying that out loud, because that's what my brain is complaining about. Yes, brain, it would be faster, but not for this application. Okay, thanks. Wow. It's all the way up to here. It does create a whole, like, the feel of this side versus the feel of this side, even though there's foldy over bits. This is so much more brace yourself, finished, because it's a finishing stitch. But wow, it totally does work. And you can't, I mean, so I've got my arms outstretched to have a look at this. If this was a garment, all you would air quote see is that the edge was finished. You wouldn't necessarily see the details of, oh, well, that's, you know, this patch here is this size and this patch over here is that size. If you were picking up the hem and looking at it in some kind of detail, that's absolutely what you would see. But not from a distance. Not when it becomes part of a garment. Which, this being like a hem of something, wouldn't that be smashing? Focus. Okay. Focus! I've been saying that a lot to myself today. That's okay. I don't mind telling myself to focus. It's not mean. It's just, it is enthusiastic encouragement. What's it going to do with this? Oh, it's a fold down. Okay. Why is it that I'm always at the end of the thread when I'm doing all this weird kind of stuff? There. I think that's going to be the last bit of that. Yes, it needs to be Mary Ellen because you don't have any more thread. There. And thread it back in. Beedly boo. There. Oh, we're nearly done. It's almost an hour. Well, if nothing else, we'll have a nice long piece of thread to start next Saturday with. I've got to do some midweek sewing, I think. That's going to be helpful. What are the things that I'm working on? So I said a bowl cozy. I'm still working very close to finishing the button blanket, and also doing a let's call it an improv crochet wool vest. I don't like having this part of my arms cuffed when I am cooking, making, doing anything. I'm always putting my sleeves up almost instantly, or taking off the sweater and just wearing a t-shirt. But weather is too cold. Oops, where'd it go? Here we are. The weather is too cold, so I want a vest. So it's going to keep the core warm and the hands free. Hands-free warmth. This is what I want. There. Whee! Wow. That was needlessly excited. There. So then, how do I want to do a corner? I feel like a miter is going to be a good idea. Not a miter, you know what I mean? You know what I mean, Jelly Bean? Where you do sort of like that weird stitch to there. Good. And then back in the same spot. But then looped on a different side. There, look at that. Not a bad corner. 3-point turn. If the camera wasn't here, I'd be able to just whiz my hand up. But the camera is, and I don't feel like that would be pleasant to watch. Constantly knocked camera. Okay, I'm going to turn the corner and then we'll be done. Oops. Wee. Come on. Let's do the point. Point is a great example of if you're pulling the thread through the point, that's where the thread should line up. And it does. Oh, that's a fold. All right, oh, one more. One more and then we'll stop. We're getting somewhere. I am pleasantly surprised at how much progress has been made on this project in a relatively short amount of time. All right, so there we are. We are done almost one side, and we're on the back 9, and we just need to zip around, and then we will actually have a self. It feels very compact now with the border on it, whereas before it felt to me like this was going. It was much bigger than it actually is, and now it feels contained in a way that I can't really explain. But there we are. Anyways, that is all for now. Please take very good care of yourself. Stay out of trouble. Always love you lots, and we'll see you soon. Bye now.